Welcome to the Geeks Attic. This is an expanded universe book review of Star Wars Outbound Flight. Star Wars Outbound Flight was written by New York Times Bestselling Author Zahn. Now this is the 18th event on the expanded universe Legends novel timeline. It takes place during the Rise of the Empire era and roughly 27 years before the events of A New Hope. Now let's go into a brief summary. On the run from an angry Hutt, a smuggling group find themselves outside of known space. A mysterious, unfamiliar ship with an unknown race of people put an end to the furious chase by the Hutt and bring the smugglers aboard one of their own ships. The blue-skinned Chiss Thrawn, the captor of the smugglers, calls on Cardass, the smuggler navigator, to basically be his assistant of sorts. Now, through Cardass, Thrawn learns of the Republic and many other cultural details. Now, they were able to speak to each other through a language known by both cultures. The relationship between Thrawn and the foreign strangers puts a wedge between himself and the other Chiss leaders. Meanwhile, at the heart of the Republic, Jedi Master Joris Sabbath has pushed hard politically and against the Jedi Council to achieve his goal, Outbound Flight. Sabbath wants to take a number of people, along with a select number of Jedi, and an extreme amount of living rations and supplies, far into the unknown regions for exploration and colonization. Now, the stubborn Jedi wants to explore the greater galaxy and establish new territory for both the Jedi and the Republic. Now, the mission will place individuals and Jedi as colonists on far-off worlds. Now, the Outbound Flight vessel is made up of 6 giant dreadnought ships attached to a large core full of all the supplies. Darth Sidious interferes once word reaches him that a Jedi he's rather fond of is selected to take part in this mission that would send him out among the unknown stars. Now, the dual stories with Thrawn and Joris Sabbath collide in a crazy standoff that is so tense you'll wish the book was put to film. Now, will Outbound Flight establish new colonies for the Republic? Will Thrawn leave the Chiss people? Well, just have to read this book to find out. When it comes to characters, we have a huge cast of characters that we could talk about, but I'm going to talk about 2, Thrawn and Joris Sabbath. Up first is Joris Sabbath, and yes, I know some people like to say Sabioth. I believe Zahn is even on record as saying so, but I can't help but read Sabbath. Now, he is a no-nonsense type Jedi. He's extremely cocky and, well, pretty darn rude. Now, he doesn't care what others think of him, and he'd rather apologize later rather than ask for permission, only he wouldn't apologize. This Jedi Master has no problem taking control and manipulating others into doing his bidding. He's like a bulldozer going through a crowd. Sabbath is dead set on taking Outbound Flight into the unknown regions of the galaxy and will do whatever he can to make it happen. Up next is Thrawn. He comes from a race of blue folk known as the Chiss. This race is unknown to the Republic and surrounding territories. Now, Thrawn's formal name is Mithra Naradu. He's a commander in the Chiss military. He is very well organized and thorough. His mannerisms are well calculated. Once you've thought of something, odds are Thrawn has already thought of it, and many other calculations in his brain, narrowing down the conclusion to almost every detail of the matter at hand. He's pretty much a genius. Now let's go over my overall thoughts. Holy crap, this book was awesome. I loved it. It was so awesome and such a pleasure to read. Guys, I was experiencing a little Star Wars fatigue, but this novel reignited that enjoyment of Star Wars reading in the expanded universe. Zahn develops an alien race with interesting lore that expands the Star Wars universe outside of the known galaxy that we're used to reading about. So this is the first appearance of Thrawn in the expanded universe, chronologically speaking. He was introduced to the reading community long ago at the rebirth of sorts of the expanded universe in the Heir to the Empire, or Thrawn trilogy, so he's one of the most popular EU characters out there. Now, Thrawn, he is a unique character. Sometimes it's a little too silly that he's able to predict so much and be the nearly perfect character. For me, Thrawn was handled pretty good in this novel, but what made the book so wonderful for me is the dual storylines taking place. Joris Sabbath was such an interesting character. He's unlike any other Jedi that we've read about. He's a Jedi Master, he's crazy, he's that bull in the crowd. I loved to hate him. One of the moments between Sabbath and Thrawn was so tense my eyes dried up from lack of blinking as I read. I love the idea that there's space in the galaxy untouched by the Republic. Unknown alien species and technology exist that we are unfamiliar with. That unknown aspect is pretty cool too when looking through the eyes of the new alien species. They've got to be fearing that these strange people that randomly show up in their territory and find out about these Jedi who wield some strange sorcery. What's their plan? Are they going to try to take over and wipe you out? Who knows? Timothy Zahn did a great job describing all the details, painting an excellent mind's eye visual of each scene and character interaction. Zahn built this little sandbox, as they say, and I love everything he did with the story. He truly did expand the universe with this novel, taking us outside the known galaxy, introducing new things. I thought it was brilliant. So do I recommend that you pick up and read Star Wars Outbound Flight by Timothy Zahn? Definitely yes. If you have it, read it. If you don't have it, I'm going to provide a link down in the description box below for you to click on it. Order this book from Amazon. You won't regret it. Timothy Zahn just, wow. So great. For the rating, I will give this an A+. And that's going to do it for this video. Check me out at TheGeeksAttic.com and find me across all social media at TheGeeksAttic. Have a good one.